Discount Drug Mart. Discount Drug Mart is your immunization destination.
When it's game day and you're out and about but need football updates, don't worry. The iHeart app and Fox Sports Radio has you covered with Red Zone Radio. Every score, all the big plays, and the expert insights breaking down the games. Steve Hartman and former Penn State All-American Rich Ornberger kick off coverage at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Jets take a 14-10 lead.
Dan Byer and former NFL All-Pro safety Kerry Rhodes take over at 5.
Time is ticking in Kansas City.
Keep track of your team, your bets, and your fantasy players. Just open the free iHeart app and search Fox Sports Radio to start listening.
Give stuff away, Give stuff away. Wow.
All right, the annual Halloween tradition is back. The Mushroom Head Halloween Show with special guests Upon a Burning Body. Great band. There Is No Us and more. It's going to go down at the world-famous Agora, as per usual. Saturday, October the 26th. This is always a big deal in Cleveland. AXS.com has whatever info you need. You can buy tickets there. This pair here for you. You'll get my first two this week from Mushroom Head Halloween. It's a big one. Caller 10-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
You'd flee a wildfire.
Evacuate.
You'd prepare for a hurricane. But there's no escaping this disaster.
It's one of the worst disasters that I've seen in my career.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Don't mind the strain of a hurricane. They come around every June. The high black water, a devil's daughter. She's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans.
You know, nobody thinks that if you're living in Appalachia, if you're living in, mountain towns, that you're going to get washed out from a hurricane. Asheville, North Carolina is 300 miles from the nearest coastline, and they're at about 2,100 feet, and they just got hammered. We have family who live in Asheville. My wife she was in Michigan for a wedding. Another one of her cousins got married this weekend, and her aunt and uncle live in Asheville. And they were like, we can't get back to our house because the roads are washed out. And I mean, they're like way up on a hill, so I think their house itself is okay. But they're like, we can't get back to our house. And we got a big, long email from our CEO this morning about all of the iHeartMedia markets that have been hammered by this hurricane and how a lot of those people at these radio stations were they were doing their jobs, obviously, but essentially stuck in these studios. The one part of did you read this email? Big, long email.
I thought it was just telling people to do the content thing, what is the thing that we had?
The ethics
ethics thing. Yeah.
No, it was about iHeart markets during Hurricane Helene, and one of them, talking about Asheville, was one of the markets that was hardest hit. And they're talking about how the engineers had to hike to the studio with satellite gear to get the radio stations back on the air.
Dang.
And backpacking in food and dialysis supplies for people who are on the air. Imagine that. They're like, yeah, I'm a dialysis patient to ensure that they can keep broadcasting. So, yeah, I mean, that's part of, we've had these conversations, if something was happening, would we stay in we're not a news station, but I mean, where the hell are you going to go? So a lot of cities, all the way up here, not all the way to Cleveland, but to the edges of Columbus. I had somebody left me a message. They went all the way to Hocking Hills, and their cabin had no power.
Hi, guys. Hate the show. So, I hate to complain about this with all the stuff that's going on in the other states and all the devastation happening, but
here we go.
Went down to Hocking Hills.
I hate to complain about this, but buckle up because here comes my complaint.
Yeah. All the stuff that's going on in the other states and all the devastation happening, but went down to Hocking Hills for my 10-year anniversary, showed up at the cabin in BFE, no electric. Turn around, came all the way back home to Youngstown, no refund. It was horrible.
Yeah, I don't
Caleb,
know.
you buy.
Thank you. I don't know anything about that, but
Okay, so that was
that sucks.
That wasn't her cabin. That was a cabin she rented. That's a bummer.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
you're down there.
Yeah.
But Asheville, and we gotta when it first hit landfall, we were getting texts from listeners in East Tennessee on Friday that were like, "Yeah, I-40 is like washed out." That goes all the way into North Carolina. So like Asheville is kind of isolated. Like people don't have cell service, they don't have power. And a lot of these cities are in the same situation. They had 30 people die in the same county where Asheville is. They're pulling people off of rooftops. And again, you'll notice fewer and fewer of these storms are being described as a once-in-a-lifetime storm because, quite frankly, they're just happening more frequently. So the whole, they used to say a once-in-a-century storm is coming through, except they ain't once in a century anymore. They're getting worse and worse, especially if, like I said, Asheville's 300 miles from the coast. And it's a mountain town, essentially. But the rain, we get the rain, obviously, up here, and not much at that. But farther south, man, a lot of these cities just got hammered. And so, yeah, we have relatives who are like, we can't get back to our house in Asheville. We're not sure, how long we got to hang out. 700,000 people have no power in North Carolina. No cell service. That's the other thing, too. I always tell people, I'm like, a good thing to invest in if you can is a satellite phone because those will work. You want cell service down here, you get a sat phone. Throw it in your bug-out bag or something. And because...
Make sure it's charged.
You charge it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is, when companies that make generators sell a lot of them. But they had a lot of people die from this storm.
Yeah, that's real sad. And
yeah,
just seeing people getting rescued from helicopters and like houses flowing down the street. It's crazy.
Well, years ago, I've mentioned it before talking about drinking on campus, but years ago when my wife's cousin went to Appalachia State in Boone, North Carolina, we visited him there some years ago and, hung out, whatever. It's fine. Well, there was a picture of a kid who was in a ground floor dorm room at Appalachia State, and it's fully flooded. Like, he's on an inner tube, and the water, obviously, you can imagine what the water looks like. Ugh. It's just brown and gross, and, so probably improved the average dude's dorm room, but he's just in a floaty in the middle of his dorm room on top of the water. So, yeah, a lot of these, like, roads and bridges washed away, and
119 people dead.
Yeah, it's insane.
Jeez.
So, yeah, these kinds of storms are just going to get more frequent. This was still a really, it went from a Category 1 to a Category 4, I think, before it hit landfall. The most significant natural disaster any one of us has ever seen, they said. And obviously in these Appalachian mountain towns, they don't expect, they prepare, but they don't think it's going to be like this. They're at a higher elevation. And a lot of these people have just kind of gotten back from their house flooding the last time. They're like, yeah, our dog floated away. Or the house on the corner floated away. 91, as of this morning, they said that the official death toll was 91 throughout the number of states. But
so where am I? It's Helene, right?
Hurricane Helene, yeah.
Yeah, this says on like 7 or 8 different ones, 119.
Yeah, it might be. It might be there now. I mean, they said 91
this is 5 minutes ago.
91 on Monday morning. They have probably been found more since then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, CNN.
55 of them were in the Carolinas. But it's pretty intense. I've got money here for you. It is $1,000 courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie. We start that back up today, so for the foreseeable future, you have plenty of chances to win some money. So I hope you do. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Well, it's like you were saying how you're over the snow and you want to move away from the snow. But I feel like the snow is the least of our problems.
No, I understand. I get it.
Like everywhere else, it's stuff that will kill you.
Yes, that's me merely complaining from a comfort standpoint.
Sure.
That is the smallest complaint anyone could have, right? I'm not in danger of freezing to death.
No.
Under normal circumstances. But yeah, people that are like, oh, my house flooded, or Alan, my phone is working, my husband's is not. Convincing him that I am somehow not responsible for that has been very difficult. What does that mean? That I'm not responsible for that? Yeah, no, one of our colleagues here was like, I haven't had service since this morning. I'm like, well, I have a different carrier, and I've been just fine.
All of my technology is just taking longer today, it feels like. But I was just reading, where is this? On NPR, it said that a tiny town that was destroyed is going to mess up the tech industry because they have like the largest, America's only source of high purity quartz, which goes into computer chips and semiconductors and stuff.
Oh yeah, and on top of this, there's like the International Longshoremen's Union or something is going on strike. So they're like, so prices are going to go up, and there's going to be empty shelves, and
it's a city called Spruce Pine.
Spruce, is that in the Carolinas?
It just says Appalachia.
Spruce Pine just got hit by Helene. Oh, there it is. The fallout can massively disrupt the tech industry. Yeah. There's a tiny tune. Spruce Pine, population 2194.
Yeah, you can't produce semiconductors without the quartz that's there, and they're all underwater.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like there's these domino effects, and it's the law of unintended consequences, right? There's a billion things that we don't know about or are unaware of. And because there's so many things that we don't know, that's how it's so easy for people who don't want to admit they don't know anything to spin this into something else. This will turn into, Hurricane Helene will turn into, well, for the people who already don't think that DARPA created the hurricane to, flood red states so they couldn't vote. I've seen that online too. Yeah, because they never ever get extreme weather in the American Southeast. But something like this will turn into what? Let's play conspiracy roulette. Flooding and being unable to access America's sole source of high purity quartz will morph into Bill Gates and Elon Musk are trying to...
No, they want to be on the same team.
What's that?
It's going to be Bill Gates. It's not going to be Elon Musk.
We know they wouldn't be on the same team, but plenty of people probably imagine those guys teaming up for something. The tech elites.
I think they would, but they put Bill Gates in the liberal tech elites, whereas Elon is the conservative tech elites.
Okay.
So conservative, he's fighting for them. Elon's out there in a canoe trying to get the quartz for everybody.
In a canoe. He's out there with a canoe and a shovel. Spruce Pine got 2 feet of rain, causing the North Toe River to flood, devastating the downtown area. Oh, the little town of Spruce Pine. And now they can't get that quartz. The other major supplier is in Antwerp in the Netherlands. Well, there you go. Who knows what this will... And what do we use quartz for, like watches?
No, it says it's for... Yeah, you're right. I'm like reading and trying to listen at the same time.
I asked, she's trying to give me like a good cogent answer. Yeah. Semiconductors are the brains of every computer chip-enabled device. Companies need plenty of equipment that can withstand extraordinarily high heat and be kept absolutely clean, and that is pure quartz. One material fits the bill. So we'll see. Well, we're living in interesting times, right?
So the cell phones are going down. No one can, everybody's flooded. Maybe this is Revelations, dude. Maybe this is the book. This is the end of the book. We're all on our way out.
Or we just destroyed the planet.
Yeah, but that,
I
that's
mean, more.
part of
It's
it.
which is more likely.
The Antichrist is here.
Ah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
There's a guy on TikTok who went viral saying that he's like not recovering, but recovering evangelical, and he's like, the more I hear about Trump, the more I am convinced that he's the Antichrist. He's like going through all these like Bible verses and quoting and stuff like that. Yeah. But he's not an evangelical anymore.
Well, it doesn't sound like he's recovered.
No, he's saying like, I grew up believing that this would eventually happen, and now everything Donald Trump is doing is in the Bible.
The things that
I see
of the Antichrist, though.
I see.
That he's like, this is the beginning of the end of the world, and this guy was sent here for that.
I see. Well, I would have to think that if the Antichrist wouldn't be at the mercy of natural disasters, Antichrist could just go, if you believe in that stuff, go snap, and the world's on fire, right?
Well, sure.
And if you believe in the Antichrist, it means you believe in the pro-Christ. And why didn't he just come down and go, snap,
everything's all done.
Everything's fine.
He's got to show up after it gets all bad.
Ah, I see. But I thought biblical scholars will point to people who believe that God said he would never again flood the world.
Not all the way.
Oh.
He wouldn't flood it all. He wouldn't kill
all at
everybody
once,
again.
you mean?
Yeah.
All right.
So
he
the
can do
Antichrist...
a little bit of flooding. He's not going to do a whole flooding.
I see.
Just a
I don't
little
know
bit.
if the Antichrist has powers. But this is just him saying, like, I'm here. I'm the second coming of God. Like, I'm the one that got sent down before Jesus comes back. Believe in me. Follow me.
Huh.
But he's really a bad guy.
All right.
Which?
I don't believe in anybody.
You don't believe in anybody? Yeah. All right. Well, maybe you're onto something. I don't know.
I mean, it's not me. That's what this guy said.
What, that guy, the recovering evangelical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, is this Satan?
No.
Oh, who's this?
Yeah, it's me.
Huh. Hey, do you want to see a video of a guy trying to eat balut?
Oh, I saw that. I couldn't even handle more than a couple of seconds of it.
Oh, what a wuss.
I know. I was vomiting all over myself.
Same. I started to almost throw up, too.
Oh, you too? Oh, I was like, it was terrible. No, I couldn't handle it. I've seen a lot of awful, terrible things, but trying to choke down a baby bird egg, no thanks. Anyway, I just want to check in with you guys. I had nothing to do with this flood.
You didn't?
Nope.
Who did
You
it?
didn't do this flood because of gay marriage or anything?
No, he loves gay marriage.
Yeah, I'm way into gay marriage. I have a husband. I'm an ally.
Who's your husband?
Jim.
Oh.
No. He didn't want to take my name, though, so I took his name. So now they call me Satan Franklin.
Satan Franklin?
That's nice. That's nice
Satan
of you to do
Franklin.
that.
Yeah, well, we're a modern couple. I said, well, I'll take your name. He didn't want to take my name. My name is unpronounceable to human lips. And I like his human lips.
When this guy on TikTok says that Donald Trump is the Antichrist, you know, they say Jesus Christ is God in the flesh and Antichrist is Satan in the flesh.
Yeah.
Did you send him here for that?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Donald Trump?
Never heard of him.
So you're not responsible for him at all?
No, I sent Eric.
Eric Trump?
Yeah, I sent Eric Trump.
You sent his son, but not him?
Well, listen, this whole thing is based on the son, right? The son of God, the son of the devil. I can only deal with the sons. I don't get to deal with the dads. So, besides, me and Jim are looking to adopt. So we're mostly focused on sons right now. But no, I don't know who the other guy is. I only know Eric.
Is Eric the Antichrist?
Oh, that guy is a load. I'll tell you what. I wish I never had anything to do with that guy. But I needed some funding quickly. Needed some capital. And he came through. But I just want to let you guys know. Keep my name out your damn mouth.
Satan Franklin, Satan Franklin, Satan Franklin.
I'm not Beetlejuice, Bill. Bill, is it? I'm not Beetlejuice.
All these years, you still don't know my name.
I'm Satan Franklin. That's right. And it's terrible what's happening up there, but I had nothing to do with it, so just leave me out of it.
Okay.
And yeah, I just wanted to let you know. I will be destroying all the Waffle Houses though, so I hope that.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, sorry. I gotta.
That's where people that fight at football games train.
I have an image to uphold, and so I'm closing all the Waffle Houses. So,
all right.
Jim and
I guess.
Jim and I have to go meet with the adoption agency.
All right,
so
good
I'll
luck,
talk to you
buddy.
guys later.
Oh, I got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35192 to get me there. You want to watch the show, you certainly can. Find the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. Email anything else at alancoxshow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeart